Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing yet another tag. I am almost caught up on all of the tag videos that people have tagged me in, and I just wanted to say again, thank you guys so much for tagging me in so many things. I hope you guys are enjoying these, and if you're getting sick of tag videos, let me know what you would like to see on my channel next in the comments down below. But back to the tag, I am doing the nightclub book tag. This was created by Brian Bell at BellTube. And I was tagged by one of my subscribers. Her name is Heidi, and I don't believe she has an actual channel, but I will still link her down below. Getting into the prompts, the first prompt is cocktail hour. Name a book that you think pairs perfectly with your favorite drink. So I don't drink alcohol, but my favorite drink is tea. I like all kinds of tea. And so for this, I decided to pick Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and that's because I just feel like her books are very proper, and I think of drinking tea along with the ladies and stuff like that, and so that's my pick for this. I do have a copy of Pride and Prejudice, but it's in a collection of all of Jane Austen's works, and so I am just going to put up a picture instead. The second prompt is neon lights. This is name a book with a cover that immediately grabbed your attention like bright lights in a club. And for this, I picked Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I love these covers of these books. I think these are technically the UK covers. I really don't like the US covers. So I ordered these copies on Blackwell's. But yeah, this is just one of my all-time favorite book covers. The next prompt is The Bouncer. What book did you have to put down because it just wasn't letting you in? And for this, I talked about this in another tag video, and that book would be The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin. This is one of those books that it was just something that I couldn't really get a grasp on what was going on. A lot of it just went over my head. I do want to try and read this book again in the future when I feel a little more confident reading her works. I am going to start with her Earthsea books instead, give those a try, see how I do, and then read some of her other books before I go back to Left Hand of Darkness. So prompt number 4 is DJ's choice. What book is the perfect read for someone new to fantasy? And for this, I picked The Last Unicorn by Peter S. Beagle. I picked this because it has a lot of the classic fantasy characters. There's an adventure, you follow a magician, a unicorn, there's a prince, there's dragons, there's an evil king. It's got a lot of those fantasy staples, and it's also not a very long book. It's fairly easy to read, and so I think that this is a good, easy read to get into fantasy and really see if it's a genre that you could enjoy. The next prompt is Disco Ball. Name a book that made you feel like you were a part of a vibrant, glittering world. And for this, I picked The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. I think this is probably my favorite book in the Chronicles of Narnia. I just really loved the world between worlds that they go to and how they got to go to some of these other worlds and stuff. It's really good. I highly recommend it. I know Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe is probably the most popular, but I think that this one, in my opinion, is better than The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. The next prompt is Dance Floor Diva. What book had you dancing with excitement from the first page to the last? And for this, I picked Queen of the Tierling by Erica Johansson. This book I have read 3 times now. I love this first book. It's a trilogy. Sadly, I lost interest in the second book, but this first book is still great. I just love all the characters. I love everything that's happening. It's I wouldn't say it's incredibly exciting throughout, but it just had the writing and the characters that made me so excited to keep reading and keep reading. So this is my pick for that. Prompt 7 is guest list. Which author would you invite to an exclusive book-themed party and why? And I think for this, I would choose L.M. Montgomery just because you can tell by her writing how much she loves books. I just think that she would enjoy going somewhere and just being around books and talking about books because of her writing. Maybe she'd hate it. I have no idea, but that's who I would choose. Prompt 8 is VIP entrance. Which book did you feel privileged to read before it became more widely popular? So this book, I'm kind of cheating. It is not widely popular yet, but I feel like the more people who read this, the more popular it will get. And this is an indie published book called The Emerald of the Sea by Kimberly Pearl. This is a historical fiction adventure. There's dual POVs and there's pirates and there's action, and it's just a really good book. The second book is either coming out in the next week or it might be out now. I highly recommend this to anyone who enjoys reading indie books and enjoys historical fiction with pirates and such. And I do think the more people who read this, the more popular it will get. The next prompt is dance battle. Which two characters from different books would you love to see face off in a dance battle? And the first character that I chose was really easy for me to pick, and that is Merry Brandybuck from The Lord of the Rings. And the second person that I chose was a little harder. I decided to go with Sisyx from A Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet. I just think that that would be an amazing dance battle to watch, and just, I don't know, I think it would be really cool. The next prompt is midnight read. What's a book you couldn't put down and ended up reading all night? And for this, I chose Shutter Island by Dennis Lehane. When I read this for the first time, I read it in less than 24 hours. It just had me absolutely gripped. I watched the movie first, loved it, watched it a few years ago, and found out that it was based on a book. Got the book, read it, loved it just as much. I feel like the adaptation is one of the best adaptations there are. And so I highly recommend, if you like the movie, read the book, and if you like the book, watch the movie. The next prompt is after party. What book left you with a hangover, unable to start a new read immediately after finishing it? And this is one that I have mentioned a million times on my channel, and I will keep mentioning it because it's one of my favorite series of all time, and that is the Greatcoat series by Sebastian de Castell. This is a 4-book series. It is a fantasy adventure series. It's got great main characters. It has a lot of action. It's got magic. It's got sad moments and happy moments. I laughed. I just love this series so much. And I still have not found a series that I love as much as I love this series. So definitely a book hangover. I have read some 5 stars, but they just don't ever hit quite as good as this series does for me. And the last prompt before tags is late night conversations. Which book left you thinking deeply or wanting to discuss it with others late into the night? And I have 2 answers for this. One is a book that I own, and the other 2, it's a short duology I don't own because I'm waiting for the paperbacks to come out. But that would be Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk, and then the duology is the Monk and the Robot series by Becky Chambers. Both of these, they're very different series, but they just, I feel like you could have such deep conversations about both of these stories. And I would love to have conversations about either of these stories with anyone, anytime, anywhere. I just think they're great conversation pieces. So that is the end of this tag. I know a lot of people have done this tag, so once again, I will look through videos. If I see that you haven't done this tag yet, I will probably tag you down below. Let me know if there are any books that I mentioned that you want to talk about more. Let me know if there are some videos that you want to see besides more tag videos. I love talking to you guys in my comments. It's my favorite thing about YouTube, and my second favorite thing about YouTube is watching your videos. So if you have a channel, please link me, tag me, tell me in the comments that you have a YouTube channel. I would love to watch your videos and talk to you on your channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.